Hello everyone, Storm 1 here. Today we'll be taking a look into your potential tornado outbreak for tomorrow for Oklahoma and Texas. Texas. Now let's go ahead and get started with the NAM12Z model run. We'll be taking a look at the jet stream. Now this is all going to be based on one day. I'm not going to be focused on today's severe weather because it's a little bit on the lower side, and this Monday is going to be more important. Now, let's take a look at your jet stream into Monday here. So we got dots of red indicating around 75 knots. We got one in Texas. We got a couple in Oklahoma, and that could be indicating for potential supercell development. Then, wherever those supercells starts to come together, it'll become a squall line and start to push eastward. Is what this was wanted to show. Now let's take a look at your vorticity here. We got very high spots of vorticity here, showing 77, 80s, fairly high. That's what vorticity wants to show. Your dew points here, it's going to be pretty humid. Talking about dew points in the low 70s for a lot of areas in Texas and Oklahoma. Now, in Northern Oklahoma, you may get lucky, but what you might get not lucky is that you could probably have rounds of showers and thunderstorms. That's something that could be severe and may even have some flooding issues to the north. So, you'll still be affected by severe weather, but I think this several portions of Oklahoma and portions of Texas has the best chance at this point. Let's take a look at your lap rates. This is going to be an important thing here. So taking a look into Monday here, we got some pretty good low-level lap rates. All you really need is over 7 Celsius. You got severe weather. Well, you got areas that's over 8. So it's not too bad. Your mid-level lap rates is going to be, see, here we go. We got some pockets of 8. There's some pockets that are around 7 or below. There's some good news there. But your EHI levels are pretty high at this point. You got EHI nearing 5 for some places here. Helicity is going to be for a big player on this one. I'll show you the Ventus Skies, show you what it says. We got helicity over 500, which is a lot of helicity. Let's look at your Cape and CNN here. So, how much Cape, how unstable the atmosphere is? Well, here you go. We got areas that are over 4,000, actually for a lot of people. We got an area of 5,000 mark in Texas. We have CNN that's kind of, what I know is that if you have CNN like quite a bit, like down here southern Texas, thunderstorms cannot develop, for sure. That's all I know. Okay, here we go into the stuff that everybody wants to see. Let's take a look at your supercell composite here. Very high values. Seems like that's along a warm front for northern Oklahoma. So we can have a trailing of storms. Let's hit that 31 that's there. 97 knots. Now, I don't think we'll see much of the tornado threat up that way. I'll show y'all in a little bit. But your equinox is way up in the atmosphere. Pretty unstable. Your shear is 33. Cape is about 4,000. PDS tornado potential from the graph. Then it starts to continue off as a cold front. See here, bring potential severe weather on the next day. But let's go to the area where I'm kind of concerned here, which, for example, like south Westeren Oklahoma. It's got a 13 there. Let's see here. We got more Cape than the other area. Equinox still the same. Cashiers 25. We still got a PDS tornado potential hazard type. There. Now, so far, where most ingredients are coming into place is in southwestern Oklahoma. There, I'm not really looking at much potential for severe weather up into the north. But we can also take a look around Oklahoma City real quick with a 23. And not much to see. It may just be a dying segment of storms there. Well, or you're in supercell. But it's still pretty high, though. It may be the winds. Oh, yeah. Let's go back to the 31. I want to show y'all something real quick that I just learned looking into these. We have, like, these sparks right here. If you got them facing down, like, really low like this, that's what you call vertical rotation. If they're straight like this, you're good. That's horizontal wind. If you got winds going vertical, that's bad news. That's a pretty high tornado potential for that area. That's another reason why it's giving a PDS tornado potential hazard type. There. So we got a lot of vertical shear going on, and that's not good. Let's take a look at your significant tornado index here. Very high. You got a 12.4 in the Texas Panhandle. 13.8, wow, in Northern Oklahoma. Again, I don't think we won't see too much severe weather to the north, though. I think it's just going to be rounds and rounds of showers of thunderstorms. And yes, some of it can be severe, but I think the tornado threat itself would be a little bit on the lower end side because that's like a warm front there, and the area of concern I'm watching is this area. I did make a severe weather map for you guys. And here's the second reason why we're probably not going to see that much severe weather up here. Here's the temperature itself. You can see Oklahoma City is at a good 70 degrees. Tulsa is at 62. Let's go up a little bit further to the north. Wichita is at 56. But when you go to the area of concern like Lawton, it's at 78. Wichita Falls is at 86. And look at Armadillo with an 83. So, cooler temperatures can kill off some storms. Here's another thing as well. This is the HRRR, by the way. What it's also suggesting is no cape to the north. What it's suggesting that the warm front could not go that far off to the north. It just kind of sits there around Oklahoma City. Look at Wichita Falls. You got 4,800. Lawton, 3,700. Tulsa only at 100, very low. Armadillo at 1,500, and Oklahoma City with 2,400. So yeah, on that one. Let's take a look at Cape and Shear values. We got some a little bit higher values over portions of southeastern Oklahoma with 1,400. Lawton's at 1,100, and Wichita Falls is at 1,200. We got some very high values at this way, but there's no really any energy to keep that up. Let's look into your wind shear. We got very high wind shear values, like Oklahoma City's at 30, so for Tulsa. At this point, your severe weather best potential is really just in this area here in particular. As far as suggestion from this model. We'll see what the CNN shows. Oklahoma City, negative 40. Not really seeing much severe weather potential there. Tulsa got a little bit, but, it's not quite enough to get too much severe weather. Lawton and Wichita Falls is at 0. We do have some pockets of near over 100, but those are very small pockets. So in between those, we can have supercells to go off very quickly. Your lifting index, a little bit on the lower side. You got Tulsa at negative 2 degrees Celsius. You got Oklahoma City, negative 4. Lawton at negative 7. And Wichita Falls at negative 8. And look at Armadillo. at 4 there. Let's take a look at your helicity. Now, this is the big player right here. Look at Lawton at 370. Wichita Falls, 280. Oklahoma City was 360. Look at Tulsa, 820. Very high values here. And there is some pockets of maybe like none here. But still, you can have supercells that can go up very quickly in this area in particular. Now, averaging things out, it's right now this area here to watch, like Lawton, Wichita Falls, and Oklahoma City. And that's the point where I get to show y'all my forecast now. And, oh yeah, I'll show you the SPC in just a moment. So I'm issuing a high risk for severe weather, but confidence on this one here is at 70%. Because it's really due to where the front boundary is going to be going with the warm front, but averaging things out, it's looking to be in that particular area where I've been focused on this whole time. So damaging winds will give it at a 30%. I may get that upgrade tomorrow to a 45%, since this could be becoming a squall line pushing eastward. Large hail is at a 45%, which is a moderate risk stage. It's also significant. Tornado is at 30%, which is in high risk stage. And that leads up to the high risk category. And again, confidence on this is at a 70% chance. And let's look at the SPC before I show you on the map. So we got 4 areas of slight risk today. Got one in the Northeast, got one in the Great Lakes, into the Ohio Valley, and one in Louisiana, and the Texas Panhandle. Tornado risk, your best chance is going to be Indiana and Illinois. Your wind gusts is going to be more likely in the east and north and west. Portions for the large hail threat. Here's day 2. I do agree some with their forecast here. I think they need to stricken this down here. I think they push it too far to the north, but I do agree what the moderate risk is, though. I think they're pushing the enhanced risk, the slight and marginal, too far north with this one here. So yeah, they are seeing significant weather event possible across the Southern Plains on Monday. So here's their risk categories, though. You can see here they actually have wind upgraded to a 45%. Tornado is at a 50% as significant, and hail is at 30%. So we do have potential for a squall line and may have to upgrade wind threat tomorrow. I did not really pay too much attention to it. But now I can give you my forecast here. So I've issued a high risk, like cities of Wichita Falls, Lawton, Oklahoma City. It's really a good portion of western Oklahoma and a small portion of Texas with all the risks surrounding it. And I got that marginal risk extending back into portions of western Texas as well. So overall, I think we have a potential tornado outbreak event. If you see that high risk in there, if you're in that peak area, you gotta be very careful in that area because you can see the potential for strong tornadoes, very large hail, and some damaging winds. And I think I'm thinking about upgrading this damaging winds up to a 45%. So this is all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoyed this severe weather update for Monday. I may try to get another update tomorrow. So if you do like this video, hit that like button. If you really like my channel, hit the subscribe button and hit that bell notification. If you got any questions, go ahead and put in the comment section down below. I'll see y'all in the next video. Goodbye.